I am an evil monster. I will destroy you.
Hello, my fellow Flatsamolians. I'm inside today. It's actually dark out. It's after 9. It's after 10 o'clock. I got nothing to say again. But, you know, I'm going to say it anyway. I was reading something today about our national debt. We got all this problem with the national deficit. Because actually the deficit is how much we lose each year. The debt is how much we owe from the combination of everything we lost each year for all the years we've been losing it. You know, I started wondering, you know, we have this national debt. Who do we owe this money to? Do we owe it to aliens? People from other planets? What? I mean, we're the United States. Who are we borrowing money from? You know, I found out most of it is us. We're borrowing from ourselves. So that doesn't really sound like we owe anything, does it? I mean, it seems like it's kind of like, you know, stealing from yourself. It's like I'm sitting down to eat, and then when I'm not looking, I sneak over, grab my sandwich, take a bite out of it while I'm not looking. That's what it feels like. Now, in reality, it's like a lot of people that bought bonds. There's some corporations that I guess virtually invested in the United States government, and that's who we owe the money to. You know, there's also a small percent we owe to like Japan and Great Britain, some other countries. So, you know, that feels more like borrowing to me. I mean, when we owe ourselves money, it's kind of like, you know, my family, if I snuck into my daughter's room, took $17 out of her purse, used it to buy whiskey, cheap whiskey, and then, you know, it's like I still owe her that $17. So I guess I'm obligated to pay that back. That's kind of what the national debt feels like. It's like the government borrowed money from us, but in order to pay us back, they're talking about raising taxes, which means they're going to take more money from us to use to pay us back with. That's kind of a clever idea. So, you know, getting back to the family analogy, that'd be like I'm borrowing the $17 from my daughter, and I could either just forget the whole thing, but, you know, that just feels unethical. So instead I tell her, because she's my daughter, and I can make her do whatever I want, I'll make her give me $2 a week. Then I'll use that $2 you gave me, give it back to her, and tell her, you know, just deduct that from what I owe. Yeah, and then within 8-9 weeks we'll be square. Sort of. I mean, I'll still have the whiskey. Whereas like the money we borrow from like Great Britain and whomever, Canada, China, Haiti, I don't know where we're getting it from. We borrow from other countries. It's kind of like we're going across the street and asking the neighbors for money. Hey, can you lend me 20? You know, because I'm running low on whiskey. That increases our family's national debt. But now, since my neighbor doesn't actually live in my house and I don't really have real solid jurisdiction over them, I probably can't make them give me $2 a week until we're square. So I wouldn't really have a plan for that. I guess I'd have to ask Congress, but I don't have a Congress. You know, I've always wanted a Congress. Always meant to put one together, but I just never got around to it. You know, because it could come in handy. Then I don't know where I'd put them. I guess I'd have to put an addition on, which means if I elected my own Congress, I guess I'd be smart to elect people who were handy with tools. Then they could build their own addition. I need to get me one of them Congresses. Actually, fiscally, we're in pretty good shape, and you know, in my little nation here, we don't really owe a lot of money to anybody. We also don't have a lot of whiskey. So maybe I ought to hunt around the neighborhood, see if maybe we can find another house without a lot of liquor in it, and maybe we'll declare war on them. And I won't have to steal the $17 from my daughter. Well, anyway, that's about it for today. You know, I hope you learned a lot in this economics lecture. I mean, you probably can't tell, I'm not actually an economist, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is that I'm able to explain clearly all those things that I don't understand, so that others can not understand them just as clearly as I don't understand them. So until next time, please keep all hands and feet inside the house until it comes to a complete stop.